In our Sunrise Smart Start today, the funeral for fallen Rochester firefighter Elvis Reyes, who passed away last Wednesday due to surgery complications as a result of an on-duty injury. Community calling hours took place yesterday at the Riverside Convention Center, and shortly thereafter, Reyes was transported to the Public Safety Building where he currently lies in state. Amel Elhel joining us live there right now this morning with what we can expect with today's events. Amel, good morning.
Good morning, Allie. That's exactly right. Reyes was brought here to the Public Safety Building last night, and throughout the morning, we've seen various first responders come to the PSB, where he currently lies in state, to pay their respects. Now, firefighter Reyes was a veteran of the Rochester Fire Department for 20 years, and to his peers, he was known for his constant charity work, recruitment efforts, his help during Hurricane Sandy, and his efforts overseas instructing foreign firefighters. RFD Captain David Apdoch worked closely with Reyes and called him a friend. He said Reyes owned his famous first name of Elvis, and he was always the brightest light in every room.
You know what? It's an Elvis mood going on up there right now, where you have a lot of sad people, but we have photos of him going on, and you have people just having fun, because we know that's what Elvis would want. He is a funny person who wants good times, and I know deep down that's what he would like for all of us to have.
Reyes leaves behind his two sons, who are also Rochester firefighters. He will be transported from here at the Public Safety Building down the street to the Blue Cross Arena later this morning for his funeral, which is starting at 10 a.m. and it is open to the public. For now, we're live in Rochester. I'm Menet Head, News 8.
All right, Amel, thank you. News 8 will be live streaming today's funeral services over on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Well, we're hearing from those who knew retired Rochester police officer Keith Booker, who was shot and killed this weekend. Monroe County Undersheriff Corey Brown first met Booker when he was at the academy. He says Booker was his platoon sergeant. Brown says Booker will be remembered by many in the law enforcement family as a selfless person who shared his abundant love for the city both in and out of uniform. The man accused of fatally shooting Rochester police officer Anthony Mazurkowitz is one of 3 men indicted by a grand jury on a separate murder charge. The unsealed indictment charges Kelvin Vickers, Diedrich Fulwiley, and Raheem Robinson with multiple counts of murder in the first degree. This for the murders of Richard Collins and Migel Rand and the attempted murder of a third person on July 20th. The 3 suspects were also indicted on several other charges. Police in Irondequoit investigating a string of burglaries in the area of Norton Street and Route 590 in and around the Edge Creek Trail complex. They say there is 1 man in custody connected to those burglaries. Residents told police there were items missing from their home and 6 vehicles have been stolen. It looks like 5 people were responsible for these events. Police also say one of the stolen vehicles from the neighborhood has been recovered. Police also asking residents to review their security camera footage to help in that investigation. Turning to some national news now, as Hurricane Ian churns towards southwest Florida, it's already showing its potential for destruction. Ian ripped into western Cuba, killing at least 2 people and wiping out the entire nation's power grid. Exactly where the hurricane will crash ashore in Florida remains uncertain, leading to 2.5 million people in the region ordered or advised to evacuate ahead of today's expected landfall. Meanwhile, Ian's outer bands are likely to blame for spawning several suspected tornadoes that touched down in southern Florida. People who did not evacuate are still preparing for the floods and winds coming, along with potential power outages. Officials warn it could take crews days to reach down power lines once the storm passes. James, you've been tracking that storm for us too.
Yeah.
Expected around, you said 2 or 3 later today to make landfall?
Yeah, somewhere in Naples, Sarasota, Florida on the west coast. Then it's going to slow down. Flooding, storm surge, the #1 threat of this system as it works its way toward Florida. It's just going to stall over the state, just inundated with rain. And it's already been wet there this past month. So many factors involving the threat to human life and property with that storm. For us, scattered rain showers this afternoon. Temperature stuck in the 50s. We will see sun, I promise you, just maybe not today. We'll take a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. Allie?
All right, James, thank you. Final look at the roads. No accidents. 394, 95, 90 are clear. Should be a smooth ride into work if you are headed in anytime shortly. Well, the Red Wings are closing out their season this afternoon at home. News 8's Jatara Marsh joins us in studio with a recap on their season. Jatara, what can you tell us?
Good morning. Playing a total of 149 games this season, Rochester Red Wings are gearing up to say goodbye to their fans as they prepare for the last home game this afternoon. General Manager Dan Mason says the season has been great. The team wasn't sure what to expect coming into the season, but Mason shared it exceeded their expectation levels. So far this season, they have 67 wins, 81 losses, looking to finish the season strong.
Oh, it's been great. You know, last year we were able to play games. We had a shortened schedule, but we still had a lot of, you know, kind of rules that we had to live by, and we had different sections. And, you know, so to have a normal year this year, a year like 2019, it was so great. And so great to welcome the fans back to the ballpark. And they responded in incredible fashion.
He says the focus as the season comes to a close is a big construction project to improve the visiting clubhouse this year. This project is expected to go on from now until the 2025 season. Allie, back to you.
All right, Jatara, thank you so much. Today's final game starts at 1:05. Good luck to the Red Wings there. Time now for the GRE Morning Business Report. For the first time in a decade, Americans will pay less next year on monthly premiums for Medicare's Part B plan, which covers routine doctor's visits and other outpatient care. The rare 3% decrease in monthly premiums is likely to be coupled with a high cost of living increase in Social Security benefits, putting hundreds of dollars directly into the pockets of millions of people. Meanwhile, all 50 states receiving final approval to begin construction of a first nationwide network of electric vehicle charging stations, placing one roughly every 50 miles along interstate highways. The approval is a major step toward building widespread acceptance and use of EVs among consumers that are often hesitant for the shorter range and limited availability of chargers for EVs. Here is what some people might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. A new challenge is literally out of this world. A zero-gravity soccer match was that new challenge for a group of professional players, including the famous Portuguese football player Luis Figo. They were on a parabolic flight at an altitude of over 20,000 feet. The group has broken the Guinness World Record for the highest altitude game of soccer. Very cool to see that there, James, isn't that?
Yeah, that's wild. And what would scare me is that when the zero-G stops and you have to fall to the ground.
Yeah, then what happens?
Right,
Look
yeah,
at that.
just don't fall on your bum, I guess. It looks fun, though.
It does. I would take part in that.
Yeah,
I'm just like mesmerized by them.
Yeah, right. Very, very cool there. For maybe playing soccer at school today, watch out. Could be an isolated shower here and there. Temperature stuck in the 50s, not only this morning, but this afternoon as well. We'll finally break both of those things as we get into tomorrow. We'll see the sun come out Thursday. Overnight lows falling to the upper 30s there, and then we've got beautiful stretch Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, James, thank you very much, and thanks for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings up next.